Hi, I'm Danielle Hartman, and welcome to Poured in PA, the series exploring Pennsylvania's craft beer industry. In this episode, we travel to the home of America's oldest brewery to visit a new brewery with a passion for championship belts.
We originally got together as like a homebrew club, and we started doing competitions, and we started getting asked to do festivals. So as we started doing festivals, like more and more people we had lines, so I thought that was cool. So it was like a sign that maybe we should try to keep this going. So we kept hopping on other festivals. We did it for about 2 years, and then we decided, all right, let's get serious about this. And I think since like 2018, we filed for our LLC, and then it's been, on the track to get to here since then. He was gonna be the brewer since he already has the background. He's been working at Sitz Creek now for like 5 years.
Yeah, I did a hack program for brewing science. I worked at Chogs for a little bit, but not on the brewing side, but they helped out like home brewers. They did a little bit like, hops and like grain, stuff like that. So I had the access to the ingredients and whatnot. Plus Scotson's wasn't too far away either. So it was just accessibility to do all that kind of stuff.
When we first started, even before we even got this building, we were told by just people around the area, don't try to come here. Yuengling's gonna stop you. Yeah. He's like, this is their city. So I didn't really buy into it too much, and then our landlord was talking to Yuengling's right-hand man or whatever, and they said it was, that they embraced that, they want people to come here. So after I heard that, I'm like, all right, well then we're definitely gonna come here.
We actually got embraced by Dick at one of his events. They did a Pottsville on Tap a couple of years ago. We just happened to run into him at a local restaurant, and he actually approached us, and he's like, I heard good things about you guys, and shook our hands. It's definitely something that's great to be a part of, when you get embraced like that by a guy like him.
Yuengling's very marketable, and they get about 80,000 visitors a year based off of their tour. And also as well, you're seeing a surge downtown in Pottsville, and they're trying to revitalize the area. So why not bring ourselves down here and help out the area?
Beer tourism is a real thing. It's a big thing. So Yuengling here, Black Rock down the street, us opening here. So people are going to come here for Yuengling, but now they're going to stop. There's 2 other breweries that are within, you can walk to them. So I believe that that's going to create more tourism within the town itself. So,
and with that, it's going to also lead to people buying local food, which is going to help a lot. Because we're not going to do food here. We're just specifically going to do beer, but we're also going to be reaching out to local businesses and asking to use their menus, and they can order from here. So then everybody's getting a little bit of a tourism part there.
And at the same time, again, since we're not selling food, well, food trucks here every weekend, so bringing them in from wherever, it just creates a group effort to bring everyone together. The collabs have been super helpful. Tattered Flag, they even let us come in. The last 2 beers we did with them got canned. So it was just cool to finally see your beer in cans, and we got enough inventory with them that we brought to the Skook, and it was actually sold in stores here. So that was fun. It worked out real well. Just traveling, we went up to New York twice. We did a collab with a brewery called The North. They've been super helpful. Robin Hood's they're gonna be the first brewery to do a collab with us here.
Yeah, and then Snitz was allowing me to brew and send beers up to the Skook. So I had a bar up here that once COVID hit, they just haven't opened since. But they've been when we were at peak COVID season, they were doing collabs with us. And even when it was just pickup only, we were having people lined up outside Snitz selling out of our, for out crowlers and whatnot. So once we lost out on, like I said, with COVID and stuff, they kind of helped us keep a little bit of the hype alive for us while we got our stuff together.
So if you want to open your own brewery up, just know what you're getting into, secure funding. Unfortunately, when we were doing it, we were doing it during COVID, so we lost out on a lot of funds that we had originally. So make sure you price everything out. If you think you can do it, don't quit. There's times where we were starting this, we're just at a dead end, and we're just what should we do? What could we do? But everything started to work out. and now we're almost at the end.
Make it seem like it'll eat you alive, but being here all the time, like you just stay consistent with what you have and, you know, always move forward, because it seems like there's always, you know, no end in sight, but eventually there will be, so.
Also, know the regulations and the laws when it comes to beer. Too many people just think like we could open up and it's all good and dandy, but it's not. Like, there's so many channels you have to go through, whether it's local or statewide or federal.
Being in a historic city as well, there's a lot of other little things that, you know, you'll get chewed up on.
We couldn't paint our building a certain color.
Yeah,
we had to get permission
like
with the colors.
Our bathroom light switch was a 1/4 inch too high.
Yeah, know everything, because, or you'll get torn apart by the inspector when they came in, like we did. I currently work for a company called Ring of Honor Wrestling, which is owned by Sinclair Broadcasting, which is the biggest broadcasting company in America, pretty much. And I do a lot. I'm also an independent wrestler, but most of my income comes from the Ring of Honor stuff, which is nice because, like I said, I get to travel the world and just see everything. I've been to Japan. I've been to about 27, 28 different states. So, and every time I go there, I always go to breweries. I'm also a stay-at-home dad, obviously, so like I bring him here quite frequently as well. It's overwhelming at times, just consistently having to run back and forth for all of us, and just always having to worry about other responsibilities and make sure this happens when it's supposed to happen, because if it doesn't, we're not going to
pile up.
we're not going to be in good shape.
So we decided, like, how can we make our Brewfest unique? So we decided to get a wrestling belt. We're all wrestling fans. That's his full-time job. So we brought a belt into it. We used to go out. We usually pick like 8 breweries. We'll do a collab with them, and then the day of the festival, everyone votes on those 8 beers. Whoever has the most votes takes home the belt for the year. So our vibe's pretty much local everything. I mean, we have local artists behind us that did this awesome painting. That whole back wall is gonna be covered in art. The whole sidewall is gonna be framed art everywhere.
Everybody that's older knows what this place used to be.
It was a Coney Island hot dog place, and then this side was a bar. So they actually, when we came in here, there's a wall between both sides here, so that was one of the first things we did was take that out.
Yeah, we even have a picture of some gentleman dropped it off. It's a picture of his dad actually lined the original flooring in here. And we're gonna frame that and put it up just because we're keeping the original flooring. It's just, we wanna keep the historic vibe and nostalgic feel.
We do a lot of sours, stouts, IPAs, but in the tanks we got a Hefeweizen, we're doing a wit, we have a dark mild in there. So we're doing a bit of everything. Seltzers, Pilsners, everything that you could possibly do. We actually got, like, we didn't get called out, but we're out like 2 weeks ago and someone's like, do you do anything other than sours? Because like we've had our beer at Black Rock since the day that they opened, and that's all we've been really putting down there with sours because they sell. Like,
That's what they asked for.
Yeah, that's what we deliver. So so now we have like a name of just being a sour brewery, which we are not. I mean, we do a lot of them, but I mean, we are going to have something for everyone that comes here. So the name is a spring off the Appalachian Trail, which was by the house where we brewed in Pine Grove. So I drove by it a lot. I found out it meant Pilgrim's Rest. So place of rest, you come here, that's where you have your beer, that's where you chill out, relax, rest, drink.
The guys at Pilger Ruh are in full swing. Take the trip to Pottsville and check them out. Until next time, cheers.